No words, honestly, can express how I feel about this game. It's been a long time coming, having to deal with mid for what it felt like literal ages. Player on games truly cooked here. They figure out the source of the main problems the last two entries had and decide to lock in. So, let's not waste time and talk about everything. First and foremost, let's talk about Big Japan. Bro, this is easily the best map in the series. It's not even a contest. If there was one thing they absolutely need to get right with this one, it's the map. People have been waiting time for this location since like Ryzen 2 days. So I'm glad to say, as a Forza veteran, that they did the best job at recapturing this amazing country. It blew me away how much there is to this map. With the different regions, amount of biomes, elevation, and density, there's a ton to cover here. Playing on games never failed the little details these maps bring, so taking it to another level was not in my bingo card. Every little corner, there's something you'll notice you haven't seen the last time you were there. I spent endless hours simply cruising, and man, it's too addicting. Seriously, all the regions have unique vibes to them. Every spot feels different, which is something I never thought they could actually pull off. The only times they hit that mark was Horizon 1 and 3. I love every little bit of this map. My favorite areas in particular are just beautiful. The whole Alpine region has got to be my favorite area on the entire map. The roads, the sights are just immaculate. The tracks as well are great. Being able to seamlessly set lap types and free roam with random players is awesome. I use these tracks all the time to test cars out for potential tunes and such. Sony Circuit is my favorite of the bunch. I love its layout and scenery. The Ito region is a very chill, underrated area. I love the beach vibes over there. The Hakuku region is also an underrated area with great scenery. There's quite a lot of roads as well that go crazy in this map. One in particular I really dig, over by the Hirosaki Castle with the speed zone. The speed trap and the drift zone is one of the best roads for drifting in togeis, as well as the famous Cherry Blossom mountain path at the bottom right of the map. Top tier road. I like the mention as well, the highway. This is easily in the top 2 best highways of all time in the series, and it's not 2. I never thought there would be a highway that even rivals Horizon 2's, but I was real wrong. This highway has the scale, the sights, the tunnels. They even got it to expand into what I like to call the speedway in Tokyo. Which brings me to Tokyo. Yeah, this is peak. It just is. They did an incredible job, man. There's so much of the city, it's absolutely insane. All the problems I had with Horizon 5's Guanajuato were resolved here. It's urban, it's massive, it's lively, it's got many little alleyways and parking areas, it's got the speedway, the city's so big in fact, it has multiple districts. What does this place not have? Like genuinely. If a game city has me reminding myself driving around literal peak, that being Fairhaven from Most Wanted 2012, you've done levels. I love cruising around here by myself with randoms. It's a vibe like no other. Going into the Daiku car meet, seeing other people's cars, but most importantly showing off my cool cars just means something to me, man. One thing Playground Games really knocked off the park with this map is giving it some life. The environments, the traffic density, locations, roads have all immensely improved. But what about the good old progression system that the series has always been known to do well in? Well, it's actually good. Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying that too. They went back to the traditional route and have us actually build our name at the festival as a tourist. This game gives us the option to pick 2 different career paths, both of which you can progress subsequently or solely focus on one. The Horizon Festival career and the Discover Japan career. Let's talk about the Horizon Festival career first. The Horizon Festival career is the main side that follows similar beats to those from the first game, where you start qualifying for the festival competition and climbing through the 7 wristbands. Once you're in, you must earn festival points through completing races, PR stunts, and other activities to rank up and earn each wristband. Before obtaining the next wristband on your catalog, you gotta win the wristband event pertaining to it, which qualifies you to the next round. These events are either a Horizon Rush event or a showcase event. As you progress further, the events get tougher, as the events will require you to jump in faster cars. Yes, these events are class and car type restricted. Finally, the end goal here is obtaining the golden wristband, in which you become a Horizon Legend, unlocking Legend Island, an exclusive area on the map specifically for those that hold that status, as well as all the final PR stunts and endurance races, including the Goliath. Discover Japan, however, is a more chill career path where you unlock things the more you explore Japan. Yeah, I know, I couldn't figure that out myself either. Simply exploring the map, going on undriven roads, will find you numerous regions and things like collectibles, Horizon stories, jobs, street races, and even tollgates. As you find these activities, participating in them will help you progress further in this career. Like the Horizon Festival career, this career has 7 different milestones, all the way up to the final milestone, being a Master Explorer. As you earn the next milestone here, you unlock some new houses, barn finds, and other stuff you can check out. So yeah, there's a ton to unpack with this whole progression system, so I'm gonna keep it short and just share my thoughts. This is a perfect blend between old and new, traditional and sandbox. You get the traditional format from the older games with some of the sandbox element from the newer games. Think like Horizon 1 and Horizon 3's progression combined into one. That's what this is. Although you have the needed restrictions when entering Horizon events, it is your choice how you want to progress. You could opt for only doing PR stunts in a few races, or the opposite, which is great. The new edition of wristband events are pretty cool. Had they been actually challenging, the new Horizon Rush events are basically a glorified time trial event with some obstacle set pieces. It does its job, but the average player can easily complete these. And showcase events are showcase events. Not much to be said here that wasn't already said previously. They are a spectacle to experience and not much else. Not to compare that much from what this career is adapting, but Horizon 1 had 1v1 boss races. They were optional events, but felt necessary and rewarding to do because of the fulfillment you feel beating that rival, getting their car and moving on to the next wristband. Here, that's not really the case, especially when you earn the golden wristband at the end of the game. No final race at all, just a little drive to Legend Island with other gold wristband attendants and some legacy Horizon characters. It was just kind of strange. I don't know. How could you cook so hard with the format with this career and fumble 2 of the most important things? I love this career. I really did. It's the best one we got in a long time. But it ultimately forgot what made the career it's adapting so great in the first place. Horizon 1 felt motivating and compelling all the way through. Like you needed to prove to the game that you can become the Horizon champion. Horizon 6 doesn't give me that feeling. I should feel accomplished to reach the next wristband or reach Legend Island, but I don't really feel that much. Either way, it's still a solid career. I wasn't expecting it to turn out actually good. So thank you Playground Games for listening to the community. Getting into the soundtrack of this game, well, I actually like it. Yeah, surprising, I know. I'm in the minority of this, but I honestly think it's a solid soundtrack. The big three radio stations, Pulse, Bass Arena, and XS are all good in my opinion. Bass Arena is the weakest link here, but even that is still decent. I didn't really expect much at all from this soundtrack. I thought it was just gonna be another mediocre one, but genuinely the songs here are pretty good. I say this soundtrack is on the same level, if not better than Horizon 4's soundtrack, which has grown on me recently. A main culprit of why I think that way is how good the map is. The map plays a big part in how the vibe is presented in the game. If the map is really good in all fields, that elevates the soundtrack's quality. So does the career and progression to an extent. And since both of those things are very strong, that makes the soundtrack that much better. If you were to ask me what soundtrack is better on its own between Horizon 4 and Horizon 6, I would say Horizon 4 slightly beats it. But since Horizon 6 has a way better map and career, I would have the soundtrack over it. Think of these main three components as like a team. They all support and help one another. When two of the three's quality is not up par, the other one suffers a little. In this case, Horizon 4's map and career aren't up par with the soundtrack, so the soundtrack isn't as good as it could be. Hope that makes some type of sense. I really enjoy listening to the Horizon 6 soundtrack. Some of my favorite songs here are Shima Aya, Cut Copy and Kate Berliner, Belong to You, Blondish, Self Love, Taurus, Outside, and Baby Metal, Gimme Chocolate, banger tracks. I'm probably butchered some of those names, but it is what it is. It's a great soundtrack overall, in my opinion. If you're a fan of this soundtrack or any of the other soundtrack from the series, be sure to check out the top playlist in the description. My favorite tracks from every Horizon game, including this one. Yes, Horizon 6 is now in there, so give it a listen in your free time. Now, let's talk online. I got quite a bit to say here. If there's any flaws I can actually give this game, it's the online content. There's simply not enough here. Right now, we have Horizon Life back in this game, which is totally fine. It's a good way of interacting with other players in free roam. If we could actually see these players on the map at all. I don't know what has happened between each game when this feature first got introduced, but you were able to see everyone at one point. This might be a bug, but considering we just got the second major update for the game, maybe it isn't. Another thing I like to point out here is that us players have been asking for the longest time now is for private lobbies to return. I still don't know why this is still not a thing, or why it even has been removed in the first place. It can make the experience seamless and easier for those that, I don't know, want to play with their friends without any interruptions from the public servers and other players. Just a thought. The next thing we have available online is, of course, Horizon Play. This is where you can race against other players. There are a few selection of different roles you can pick here. Horizon Racing, Spec Racing, Horizon Drift, Toge Showdown, Custom Racing, Custom Drift, The Eliminator, and Hide and Seek. That is it. no special modes, no playground modes, and no ranked. Now, ranked is completely optional. They don't need to add it, but for someone that's locked into racing against other people, building many different cars, it would be nice to see this return. However, not having the other two is just kind of a slap in the face. Why is there no goofy, unique race mode in a racing game franchise that's known for not taking itself too seriously and loves to be over the top on a ton of occasions? I'd love to see a POP50 only race or something ridiculous like that. And how are the playground modes not here? You cannot have a Horizon game without King, Affected, or Flag Rush. That's just not right at all. I did hear that they will return in a refreshed state, which is fine, but it's kind of odd to see such a staple mode not existing at launch. Now let's go back to the online race modes and discuss the elephant in the room, the rammers and hackers. This is a serious problem. I did talk about it in my Horizon 6 problem video about a month ago. It's just sad that there isn't any in-game raise to report players that abuse these tactics. Reporting on Xbox is absolutely tedious. Also, not having any anti-ramming system other than the one that isn't very reliable isn't healthy for the game. There's no issue in adding a small penalty feature, but spec, it's an arcade racing game. You could just turn off collision. I shouldn't be forced to play only no collision races. That means I literally only can play custom racing. And letting the ramming problem exceed will result in everyone ramming one another, which ultimately rots the experience. I want to race, so why am I playing bumper cars half the time? That's online right now. It's not fun. So that leaves tons of update potential in the years of support this game will receive. A lot of people are already bored and kind of done with this game right now, which is understandable. The current endgame formula has been the same for 8 years. The fact we haven't gotten any shakeups to the event content for the festival playlist since its debut in Horizon 4. It's kind of crazy. Mind you, this is the main form of content we get for updates when new or returning cars get added. This seriously needs to be refreshed more than ever. And having any other meaningful things to do post-career would be grateful. The past 2 games have been riding on the festival playlist alone. And yes, events like additional races, Horizon stories, and jobs will most likely be added for us to do. That's inevitable. What I'm really asking for though is not only to expand on the festival playlist, but also introduce other theme-based featured modes and events we can also do. Let's say an update drops that is all about Lamborghini. The festival playlist will be Lambo themed, as well as the additional featured modes I'm proposing. These can consist of hardcore or unique challenges and events you can do for great rewards. Anything like this will be awesome. Something as well they can also expand on is the Horizon play modes. Having the playground modes return as well as ranked would be greatly appreciated, and capitalizing on the Japan setting should be on their priority list too. The Evolved Worlds feature has been pretty decent, adding so far the Hakubu Karmi and Italian dealership, but they can be so much better. For one, these, for the most part, should be permanent staples to the map. And 2, they gotta stay as impactful additions. And more car customization, please and thank you. But yeah, that's my take. on Forza Horizon 6. It's the ultimate Horizon title. Takes all the core strengths from its predecessors and combines them into this amazing game. I was pleasantly surprised at how well they crafted it, genuinely. I've never felt this much passion from a Horizon game since 3. This is my comfort game, which is what Forza Horizon truly is.